Tano here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas. It's day 20. So Christmas is very near, so let's open up the calendars. And it almost already feels like there's no pins in there, but of course there is, it's so light. Okay, 20, 21, 22, where is 20? 20, up here. Okay. What is it? By the way, now I have rearranged the pin board to have some more time. Yes, that's a good one! That's a good one, and I recognize it. It's the Big Hero 6 soda can. I love Big Hero 6. I love Baymax and all the characters. We some years ago had a huge Baymax cosplay group, one of the best cosplay groups I had ever. I cosplayed Honey Lemon and I just love everything about Big Hero 6. Also, I watched the cartoon show. It's just one season, I think, but that was also really great. So let's just have a closer look. Oh, that's so funny! Made with real wasabi and honey lemon. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. This pin is like crazy. Then we've got like all the colors. I don't know, do they represent all of them? I don't know, probably. Big Hero 6. 6 amazing flavors, yes. Yeah. No ginger. I don't know what that means, no ginger. I mean, yes, it's without ginger, but is that something that's like... I don't know that, but... Oh, this is so great. I'll give you another look. Oh no, I want to collect Big Hero 6 pins. Oh, so cool. Okay, I don't know. This is probably, out of all the pins that I've gotten from this calendar now, my favorite one. Oh, it's so great. It's such a good pin. Oh, I'm so relieved. Okay, so let's open up the next calendar and see if there's again something cool in. Here we've got 20, gold on gold. What is it? What is it? Can't even see what it is. Ah, okay. Oh! I don't remember putting so many of them in there. And it's another Ponyville Generation 3 or G3.5 pony figurine. Another Pinkie Pie, but this one is really glittery, like, ooh, I love that. Is it the same mold as the one we had yesterday? I have to check that, but here you can see like her cutie mark or her symbol, the balloons like really in her colors, in her Generation 3 colors, and I love that the whole body is glittery, and it's definitely smaller. It's definitely smaller. Let's check the one we got yesterday. Is it the same mold, just smaller? No, it's different. It's of course similar, but it's different. Like her hair is here more floating in the air. Here her hair is covering her leg, arm, more to say. Yeah, it's a different. Oh, but it's really cute. By the way, I'm very sorry for not answering comments at the moment. I mean, I try to do it maybe today in the evening. I'm just so busy right now, like with doing those videos, editing the last part of the videos, putting them online, working. Today I have like a full day of like also going to my parents and like decorating the Christmas tree there. I mean, it's all fun stuff. I also have to sew things. I'm giving some presents for my nieces and stuff like that that are like self-made, that I sew myself. So I have to like a whole day of sewing as well. Like that's why it's kind of like, I'm sorry, I'm reading them all and I'm super like happy that you give me positive feedback, that you give me info on what you would like to see, just that you're communicating with me and that you're watching my videos. So thank you for that. I promise I will get back to all of your comments, maybe today in the evening. Otherwise I try to do it when I have like more time, but thank you so much. So okay, and very appropriately too, that I've just like yesterday very late in the evening watched the newest episode of The Mandalorian. I mean the last episode of the second season, and I'm still completely actually in that Star Wars mode, so I had to wear my Grogu shirt for sure. Whew, it was a lot. It was so good. I mean, no spoilers at all. Like I won't really like talk about it. Just like I can't even like handle what I saw yesterday and how in what direction this is now might go to. How is it continuing? By the way, if you have not watched it, please watch right until the end. There is a post-credit scene. So for example, Michi, if you're watching this, watch the post-credit scene. So not just turn off before that. Yeah. But anyway, very appropriately, as I said, we're having a Star Wars related video today. A Star Wars cosplay related video. So you will see my cosplay showcase video of another one of my Ahsoka cosplays. Yeah, actually the Ahsoka winter coat, but kind of combined with the original generation, I'm so into ponies, sorry. The original season 3 Clone Wars look, which she's wearing underneath, you know. But actually I wanted to show you the winter coat because it's winter outside, and that's what you're going to see right now. And welcome back to a new cosplay showcase video. In today's video I want to show you my Ahsoka Tano winter coat and the rest that actually belongs to this. Let's put it here at first, because she is actually wearing her original normal the Clone Wars outfit underneath, so you can't just wear it. That's why I decided to also show you this costume, but not as much in detail, because it is very worn out. Let's just start with a little bit of a story time, because this costume is from 2016, so it doesn't sound super old, but when you think about it, I've worn it in 2016, 17, 18 and 19. Maybe I also would have worn it 2020 if 2020 would have been a normal year. So I've worn it for 4 years, and let's say every year of those 4 years I worn it like, I don't know, 3 times or so. So it is very worn out, but it is such a special costume that I will never like really replace it. I might replace some bits and bobs here and there, but it's special to me for several reasons. I mean, and then I added this cool winter coat to it, so it doubles up as 2 different costumes. Ahsoka Tano is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Period. I can never decide who is really my favorite character, but she is very important, and I thought I would talk about a little bit about her as well, because she's very relevant currently, because if you're watching The Mandalorian, I mean, spoiler warning, if you haven't watched the 2nd season of The Mandalorian, but you want to watch it, then, but maybe that's also too late already, she is now a live action character. We've seen her in live action. She obviously was an animated character for many years, like only. And this is how I got to know her, how I got to love her. I got into Star Wars like through the prequel, so the prequel trilogy, 2002. So I love the characters of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, and I love the Jedi Order of the prequel time. And when I started watching the Clone Wars, I didn't start it right away when it started airing. I didn't start it in 2008. I think I started it in 2013 when it was already like announced that it was like cancelled. Anyways, when I started watching this series, I immediately fell in love with how they translated the prequel characters and this whole time to the animated look. And Ahsoka in the first season and the second season, she's like a young girl. She wasn't really my super favorite character from the beginning, but also she wasn't the character I didn't like. Some people really didn't like her at first. And as soon as I got into like, let's say season 3, and somehow her look changed, then she got a little bit older. She got a new costume, which is this one in the middle of season 3 of the Clone Wars. Her like head Montrals and Leku, they grew a little bit, so she got a new character design. And then I was like, oh, that looks so cool. And then she also started from the character herself get more interesting to me. She got more mature. She asked questions what's behind this whole Clone Wars that's going on, like why, and she is such a great character that we could follow from very young. Like we saw her when she was maybe around 14 when she started getting involved in the Clone Wars. She's Anakin Skywalker's Padawan, and we followed through this when she left the Jedi Order, when we saw Order 66, how she saw the clones attacking Jedi. We saw her return in Star Wars Rebels, all grown up, and now we've seen her in live action, and it was announced that there will be a complete live action Ahsoka Tano TV series. So apart from this, that she is now in live action, I've like grown to love the character and the look. Like she is a true Gruta, so that's my favorite Star Wars species since I watched like Attack of the Clones and saw Shaak Ti. By the way, I have a Shaak Ti costume. I can link down below to my cosplay showcase video of Shaak Ti as well. And yeah, so when I saw her look like in season 3, so I was like, I want to do that cosplay. I want to do that. Back in 2016, there weren't many people cosplaying Ahsoka. I had seen maybe 1 or 2 like randomly, but all those Ahsoka cosplayers that we now like know today, they were not around. And I'm actually pretty happy that it was like this, because I'm someone, when I see many people cosplay that a certain character, then I start to compare. And I don't want to compare. I don't want to compare myself, and I don't want to make it as other people did it. So I had no tutorials, no nothing to watch. And so I started from scratch. This is how I love to tackle cosplays. Start from scratch. Do all the things like with my own imagination. And my first cosplay of Ahsoka didn't look that great. I mean, the costume is the same. The headpiece was a different one. So I wasn't happy with the headpiece at all. So this is now the 3rd incarnation. I'm still not happy, but I still don't know if I would redo it, because I'm not wearing Ahsoka so often in this look. So I'm still okay with this headpiece. Anyways, yeah, and I already changed it in 2016 to the 2nd incarnation, which you can see in my video that I was doing back then. It's also on the channel. It's a very old one, when we visited Star Wars Celebration Europe in London. I was also taking part in the cosplay competition back then. I won 3rd place in the I don't know what was the category, Jedi and Rebels or something. In this category, I won 3rd place with this costume.
So Ahsoka tried to be the dream cosplay of Bodice, but she had to break down barriers. Headpiece, skin colour, and lightsabers, unknown territories for her. She wears water-soluble theatre makeup applied to her face, and the choice of materials was another challenge. Stretchy for fighting and durable for a long war. To keep it short, I wear 30 individual parts, 33 snaps, 16 buttons, more pieces, handmade silkscreen print chaplets, a lightsaber is made of acrylic glass tubes and altered vacuum cleaner handles. May I trust the success of this costume? The council didn't trust me, so how will I trust myself?
And so there are so many cool memories attached to this costume. I made friends because of this costume, and I've worn it to so many different events and conventions. And apart from the headpiece, it is a pretty comfortable one. And so let's just quickly go through this part and then put on the winter coat, because I wanted to show this to you again. It's also not that new, it's done in 2018, because it's winter outside, you know. So the first thing I always put on my body are these tights. I put these orange tights onto my legs. I think they are 40 DEN, from the how strong they are. And I put 2 on top of each other because 1 is not enough, it's too see-through still. So I put these on my legs, and then the trousers. The trousers are now at this mannequin they look really big, but they should be actually tights or leggings, so quite tight. And they have these openings here, these square openings, 1 big and then 1, 2, 3, 4 small ones. I have a 5th one which is not correct, but it's mostly covered by the boots, so that should be that never bothered me. And it's actually two of these gray layers of fabric sewn together, so the inside is the same as the outside. You can see here they are sewn together in this shape, and then hand stitched together at this part. So these openings are hand stitched together here. This is how I did it. So this part of the trouser leg, this part of the trouser leg, and then attach it together here. This is how I made these openings, and through these openings obviously you see the tights. It has a simple zipper here, and that's it. It's a jersey material, and I've worn it so often. You can see that it's at the part where the boot starts. It has so much pilling here. And yeah, then we've got the boot covers with these buckles here, which they are actually put together by snap buttons, a lot of them. Don't want to go into detail, but you know, they go under the foot, and I have simple also brown boots for this. Okay, going up you see that, let's put the headpiece aside, this kind of dress or bodice part, which is this very nice auburn color, and the fabric is really sturdy, but it is still a little bit stretchy. So I would not really want to redo this, because I probably would never find this cool of a fabric again. And it was washed so often and worn so often, it already has a used look to it. And it has this opening here in at the chest. And then something that I probably would redo someday is these belts. Actually these crossed belts, you see, zack, zack, with a buckle in the front. Behind here it's pulled together with a snap button. Here's the tabard. The colors are not really correct, but this like was the best I could do back then. I don't know. I think I didn't find the correct fabric and the correct. This is like fabric paint. I think actually it must be the other way. This would be actually lighter and this darker. Then I have like these stupid, ugly lightsabers, which like looked okay in 2016, but now don't look good. But I would still do it the same way with these magnets here, because I have magnets here, and then this is what I did. Like, this is really, oh my goodness, so flimsy. I would do it completely different. Nowadays, I would also use real leather. This is like a fake leather, just a pleather. Here is like a small pocket. You can really put things in. You can close it with a snap button, which I can't do with one hand now. But anyways, and here is also a snap button at this point. The back of Ahsoka's look in this version is completely open and reveals her orange skin. As I like to put on like my cosplays and everything myself, I don't want to bother friends with helping me to body paint my entire back or anything. I decided to go also for the same tight material. So this is the same material as what these tights are made of. So they are just cut open. This is the whole like width that the tights gave me to work with, and is sewn onto here. And if I have it on my body, it looks also a little bit better than here. So you know, the mannequin doesn't have enough hip width than what I have for this costume. So here, this part is always body painted. Then there's no tights material underneath. I always body paint my own chest here. And for the sleeves or arms, I have something that is also made out of the same tights. It's actually two like legs shortened with an opening for the thumb, and really short in the back. Wear it like this, like a super short bolero, but obviously underneath this dress, which I now can't do. And then you don't really see it. It's very at the top here. The whole point is that it's not shown under this this orange material, because this is also a little bit see-through, obviously. And this is super stretchy because it's not that easy to do like with one hand on the mannequin. But here are snap buttons, and they go onto snap buttons in here. I will prepare that now. So now you can see I put this like over. When you look inside here, this is like the middle. It's a little bit not that neat here, but anyways, will be covered. And all the snap buttons here are now fastened. Sometimes when you move, then you could see a little bit like peeking through of my skin, but like normally it's like really well covered. And then in the back there are also a lot of snap buttons. So when it is pulled together, then it looks like this. And ideally you don't see much of my own skin, just this tights material. Like a really super thin jersey, but I can't say that because you should really use tights for this, so you don't have any seams. You know, when you would sew this yourself and you would have a seam here, that wouldn't be nice. Then you just do it like this and it stays in place. What I was also obviously wearing were these vambraces here. Very simple, same fabric with a hole for the thumb. And then these on top, again with some snap buttons. I remember that I was joking, like I was already telling everyone, like at celebration when I was wearing this for costume contest, how many snap buttons are in this costume. I don't know, it was like 35 snap buttons or so, like more snap buttons than I've ever used in any other costume. So, and you can see that it is already like so dirty. Like I think this dirt here is really from the lightsabers. One day they made this dirty, and this is something which I'm not proud of anymore, but I never changed it. It's like just a pearl like choker with this small piece of foam here, which can you see that? How old it already looks. It's not because I made it old. It's just, it is old. It's an old costume. There are so many other great cosplayers who are doing that. You can also like buy these pieces separate. Also like these buckles that really look like hers. These are just like roughly around what hers look like. This is like, you can find it everywhere. You don't have to do it yourself anymore. When I was starting off, like nothing of that was available. So I was still super happy. And then on the upper arms, these fabric parts are going. I have prepared that. Just wait. They have like rubber inside, rubber band. And they make these shapes, these triangular or like boxy shapes there, and they don't like slide down because they are like, as you can see here, they stretch, and when they are stretched, then they are also like you can't see that there's like this roughly rubber inside. Anyways, I think that should do it for the costume. Underneath this cool coat, I also won't go into detail with the headpiece. I have one tutorial online of my Shaak Ti headpiece, and it's basically the same technique. There is cushion foam. This shape is made out of cushion foam. Then it's covered with jersey, like sewn onto it, and then the jersey is covered with liquid latex, or it's more like a mixture of liquid latex and acrylic paint to have this rubbery coat. And then we have these shapes here. You know, you can still see it is filled up with fiber fill then. And here's also a rubber band that it holds on my head. Here are those triangular shapes. They also don't look good anymore. Anyways, what's this? There's one of those things missing, because here is the part where I have to put a bobby pin onto my head. And imagine I put this bobby pin on here. The back side of this triangular shape has a magnet, and then it sticks to it. So if you place it correct, then it covers this part and it looks like this. This is also just a chain of like pearls that were spray painted. Nothing too special. There are others who are doing her chains very much like better. So this is like a Padawan braid here, and the other side is shorter. This is just how I did it back then. So as you can see, when you put on the coat, you don't see much of the whole costume anymore. You just see a little bit of the color, which you could also, sometimes it's also covered up with this fur here, so sometimes not that is even that noticeable. And you see a little bit of boots and of the trousers. So you could probably wear something else on top, leave this whole situation with the belts and stuff like that completely away, maybe just have a little bit of color and wear something more comfortable underneath, although it's actually not that comfortable. For sure you would not have to cover your arms in orange or anything because you don't see that. You just see the hands, and I'm actually also using gloves then to cover up my hands. I don't have my Ahsoka gloves anymore because they were like worn out completely. I threw them away. I just have my Shaak Ti's gloves right now here to show you. They are then made of the same material, like Shaak Ti is darker, has another color, skin color, that's why they have a different orange. I would make them out of the same tights, sew them really easy, like the shape of your hand, and put on artificial fingernails. I would probably, at this point, maybe have already uploaded a tutorial how to do that, because as I told you, I don't have any gloves for Ahsoka anymore. But these then really look like you have orange skin. Anyways, here is the whole coat. It is roughly around like, they are longer than knee length, so, but still not floor length. It has this like oval or round shape, like comes up around to this like place where the skirt starts here, and the back side is the same, like oval round shape. It looks like a dress, to be honest, just with slits in the back. The hem has this super fluffy white artificial fur, same as the sleeves do. And I can tell you, when I cut this and sewed this on and everything, like my apartment was looking like I had killed a wampa or something, because no, not bloody, but oh my goodness, this fluffy thing like was lying like everywhere. Yeah, then we have this like pointy shape here in the front, and I don't actually remember if it really is like this, but I think so. In the back it's just like a waistband. Here I used some material that you actually use for cuffs of like sweaters, you know, sweater cuff material. I also used that here, Bündchen Material, Bündchenstoff, I would say in German. Other people have used like made it like way bigger, way more like bulky, this part. And other people also have chosen a fabric that is way more structured, almost like a cable knit, or they have painted on this like this pattern, or printed it on. And back then I just chose to use a structured fabric. For me that looked more realistic than when I would have like painted it on or something, but now I see that actually she has these more like big structures on this coat. Yeah, it has this in the middle, here in the front, right in the front, it has this like placket, button placket, or in my case there's a zipper underneath. It's covered here, and the thing is that when you open it up, it just obviously opens until this point, which is not as deep as the hip is, and you can't really get it on or off. Normally a jacket, like either it completely like goes open, like opens up, or it needs to get a little bit deeper to get it over your hips or over your shoulders. So what I did is I put an additional zipper in the side. That looks like really not very nice here because the material was horrible to work with. It frayed like hell. when I was putting this zipper in here. But when you put the zipper in, open, I mean, then you have more space with this, and you can get in and out of the coat. Otherwise, it's just not possible. I know other people have constructed it a little bit different, but that's what I did. I think I was also around the first person who ever did this. I mean, probably there were other people, but they might have not been so like noticeable online. I think out of most of the other like Ahsoka cosplayers who have done this now, I probably was one of the first. And I can already tell you, I'm not doing commissions, neither for any Ahsoka things, nor for headpieces, nor for this coat. If you're interested in this coat, I think there is someone who is doing this coat as commissions. It's Call Me Snips. I can link to her Instagram and her shop. The crazy thing is, back then I helped her with her coat. I sent her I sent her detailed pictures of my pattern construction, because I'm doing my pattern constructions myself. And before you ask me, I can't show you the pattern construction anymore. I don't have it anymore. After that, I throw it away, because most often I just have no space to put all my pattern constructions somewhere. So then I throw them away if I'm not planning to redo this thing. So I just have basic pattern constructions that I keep, and then I make new things out of them. So that's why I can't show you the pattern construction, but I helped her with her coat, and now she's doing commissions. So basically, if you're getting a commissioned coat from Call Me Snips, then it is basically around the same shape as this one is. So let's go up here. As you saw, it is lined with a pretty heavy thick lining, padded lining with a nice structure. I also could have chosen like this whole material for the outside. I realized later on this would have been kind of cool for the outside of the coat, but anyways, that's not what I did back then. Yeah, the main cool thing about this is actually this giant hood. It is covered, like the whole hood is covered at the front with the same fluffy fur material, fake fur obviously. And it has these pointy tops, pointy parts here to really be able to have the leku in there, or the montrals. Lekus are these are the montrals. And it has these fluffy I don't know what this is meant to be. It's another fluff at the top. I can tell you that this pattern construction was pretty complicated. I did this, like I did so many drafts of this pattern construction for the hood. You can see here's a seam, there's a seam, and there's a seam in the middle. But in the end I had it as I wanted it, lying flat with this pointy back side of the hood, also with this fluffy tail. I don't know what this is. From my perspective, I always thought these parts look a lot more like gray than the other parts look white. Other people have also done this completely white, so it's up to you. So actually the back leku just goes until here, and the rest is empty. But it certainly would fit some of her longer lekus in there, like when she's older. This whole costume has so many details. Oh, it always took me ages to put it on. Of course, also the paint in the face, like the face paint. If you want to see a tutorial how I do my Ahsoka like body paint, face paint thing, I will link it down below. I did this like in May of this year, and to be honest, the episode when Ahsoka is wearing this, I mean she's wearing it I think in 2 Clone Wars episodes. One where she meets Ahsoka Tano for the very first time, so that's actually something interesting. So on a snowy planet with a Death Watch, so with the Mandalorians. And another time she's also wearing this coat when some younglings get their lightsaber crystals. But I wanted to point out that this episode, when she's wearing this, is actually pretty important for her later life, because I mean, she's there with Lax Monteri, and he wants to work with Death Watch, which are trying to regain Mandalore and the power there, but he's actually just want like revenge for the death of his mom, and they say they will help him, whatever. She is there to actually get him out of this thing, because like Death Watch, they are like terrorists actually. That's how they are predicted there and depicted there. And as I said, she meets Bo-Katan for the very first time. I mean, they are still like enemies then, but it forms like a interesting like a relationship. They help each other later on, until like in The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan points out, okay, go to this planet, there will be Ahsoka Tano. So it all started like in this episode when she was wearing that coat. So I always think about this, like maybe I'm just overdoing it, like, but that's why I also think this is a pretty important episode. And I love this coat, and I wish we would have snow outside, then I would totally completely put it on again, make my best Ahsoka makeup again, everything, to go out for shooting, because now I have the equipment to do like my own shooting. I never had that, but like in the earlier this year I did a lot of like self shootings, because no conventions, no nothing, and I wish I could do that. I don't have any good photos in the snow with this costume. The crazy thing is, the very first time I wore it, it was snowing. But the photos like turned out like blah. Really, I was wearing it to Comic-Con Dortmund. The Saturday it was snowing. I was wearing this very snow coat. But the photos, like, it wasn't so much snowing, so the next day it was snowing more. And I was wearing Hera, and Hera in the snow is not as effective as Ahsoka would have been in the snow. So I wish I could do a snow shooting with this. Wouldn't it be like a dream if you would have like a snow shooting with like Mandalorians, like a Bo-Katan, like a Lax Monteri? I don't know. Oh, I always wish this would be like a shooting. This dream would come true, but it never did, and I don't know. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of Ahsoka story time, and showing you my very old costume, which I'm not very proud of anymore, but it is dear to my heart. So every flaw that you saw in there is there like for like a reason. I didn't know better back then. It got dirty, it got like ripped, it like whatever. I might replace some of the things, but the main costume will always stay as it is, and I'm still pretty proud of this. So I love this coat. It is pretty warm, you can really wear it outside. So thank you for watching. See you real soon. May the force be with you. Bye. We keep you updated. Bye.